Now, my first initial take with the Cowboys, they went out and got Brandon Cooks. They went out and got Stephon Gilmore. Two guys that are a little bit older, have had some injury issues, but I do think that they're going to be formidable additions to that team. They did lose Dalton Schultz, and I wish they went out and got a Dalton Kincaid or Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
They did get Schumacher, which I'm not super in love with, but I think they should still be one of the contenders in the NFC.
Yeah, definitely. And it's fun to make fun of the Cowboys, but they do still have one of the most talented rosters in the NFC. I think losing Schultz is a big factor, and I'll never put them in that same tier with the Eagles and the 49ers. But after that, it's really, you have no business losing to anyone else. So this is a huge year for Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy. Let's get into it because they start out the year Sunday Night Football in New York versus the Giants.
Win. Absolutely. I think that can they contain Daniel Jones? And that answer will be yes. Watch the Giants preview, and you'll know how I feel about the Giants.
You'll know how he feels about the Giants. Okay, so we're starting out the year
with a dub. Plus, the Cowboys start pretty hot usually.
Yeah, Cowboys usually do start out pretty hot. So then we have them winning the first week, and then we are back at home versus Aaron Rodgers, who, speaking of Father's Day, we had a Father's Day recently, this past Sunday, and the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott alike, all sent a nice card to Aaron Rodgers. So what are your thoughts on Cowboys at home?
All of these previews that we've done, we did all of the AFC. I had the Patriots beating the Jets both times because Patriots own the Jets. We had the Steelers and the Browns. Sometimes in the NFL, no matter how good a team is or how bad a team is, there's just the powers that be dictate that. Why the Steelers are always good, why the Packers are always good. Aaron Rodgers and the Cowboys. There's something about it. It's like Aaron Rodgers and the Bears. It just happens to be that he just owns them, so I have to pick. The long answer, Jets win.
Okay, and then probably their easiest game of the year, going to Glendale, Arizona to face...
Well, we all know how the Cardinals are going to do this year. They're not going to win a single game, so I think that's an easy one for us. Cowboys move to 2-1. At this point, the Cardinals are probably 0-3, on pace for one of the worst seasons in NFL history.
Got it. Okay, so we are now 2-1 heading into week 4 versus the New England Patriots, and we're at home.
Jerry World, Patriots. This is an interesting game. Definitely think there's a coaching mismatch there. 2 games. I can see this being high scoring. Last year when they faced each other, the Cowboys did get the win. I'll roll with continued momentum. Give me the Cowboys to win that game.
Give you the Cowboys. Okay. So
could go either way.
3-1. Again, hot. And then speaking of Father's Day, we had a Father's Day recently this past Sunday. The Cowboys went ahead, Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones alike, and sent a letter to the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco, Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. My concern with this game is what's the health of Brock Purdy? Is it going to be Sam Darnold? If it's Sam Darnold, this is the same guy that saw Ghost in New England. Can you see Ghost in Jerry World? I think so. Early in the season, Cowboys are hot. 49ers are starting to adjust a little bit. Give me the Cowboys to win this game.
Okay. So 4-1 win in San Francisco. And then staying in California, going on the road to LA, right down the street, to face the Chargers.
Chargers and Cowboys. This is going to be electric. In the Chargers preview, I believe I picked them beating the Cowboys. So I'll be consistent here. I'll pick them losing to the Chargers. Justin Herbert has a big game.
Okay. Pretty solid start to the year, though. We're 4-2, and then we're going back home versus the LA Rams.
Ooh, is Stetson Bennett playing yet?
Is he? I don't know.
If he is, although it's going to be a tough one, I'm going to have to pick the Cowboys winning this one. I just think that Dak Prescott, I think he's a little bit better than Stetson Bennett at this point, so I'll give him the edge.
A little bit? Did you just say a little bit better than Stetson Bennett?
Maybe.
Okay. So do you think Stetson Bennett's actually going to be a guy in the NFL?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
I've seen crazier things.
Okay, but we're going to 5-2, beating the Rams. Then we go on the road, first week in November, to Philadelphia.
I think they'll split with Philadelphia, but I think the Cowboys, they'll most likely... Is this at home or in Philly?
In Philly. In
Philly. I'll pick the Eagles to win this one. They usually split with the Eagles, so I'll pick them splitting them, but I don't think this first game think the Eagles have a little bit of animosity, especially after they lost a close one with Gardner Minshew.
Got it. And then we're going back home to face off for the second time against the Giants.
Okay, yeah, no, I think the Giants sent them a Father's Day card in the mail, for Father's Day. So the Giants, I mean, talk about a team that got so lucky last year. 8 of their 10 wins, including the playoff game, were one possession. So the only game that they tore up was the Colts, the godforsaken Colts. Yeah. So no, they're not going to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones had less touchdowns than Russell Wilson. Yikes. Okay, then we are on the road in Carolina versus the New Look Panthers. It's a weird one.
Yeah. What's the record at this point? 6-3?
6-3, yeah.
Yeah, they should win this game. Bryce Young, I think, is starting to get into his own, but I just don't think the Panthers have I think they're still a team in rebuild. Kind of have an average roster. Defense I like. Offense, a little bit of question marks. Give me the Cowboys.
Okay. And then 3-game homestand. Wow. Okay. So we're facing off against the Commanders at home.
Yeah, Commanders, they should beat the Commanders. Commanders, this is like a team, you'll have a hard time with them just because, like, who is Sam Howell? A lot of people in the organization love him. I saw one game, he looked good, but can't really bank on one game. But I have to go with what sounds like the most sense here, so Cowboys.
Okay, and then we have back-to-back primetime games. This one is going to be versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, I actually
Sunday
like
night.
Primetime Dak versus primetime Pete Carroll and the Seahawks. Seahawks have a lot of firepower. I actually see them losing to the Seahawks here.
Yeah, Week 12, Jackson Smith and Jigba should be kind of vibing right now with Geno Smith and DK Metcalf. They should have that flow figured out. So I agree. I think that'll be one of the better Sunday night games.
That'll be a great game. And at that point, entering into the final stretch of fantasy football season, Jackson Smith and Jigba winning some games for him.
Okay. Then we're now 8-4 heading into the home stretch of the season. And we're coming back after our bye to face off Sunday Night Football versus the Eagles.
So I picked them to split, and I'll stay consistent with that. I have them beating the Eagles here. I think typically they exchange blows. Eagles got the win at home. This time Cowboys come home and get the win.
Okay. And then on the road 2 games in a row after a 3-game homestand in our bye. And then we're going on the road to Buffalo.
Ooh, Buffalo. Interesting. This is a tough one. Wow. I'll take the Cowboys here. I think they can beat the Bills.
Really? Okay.
This will be a battle. Could go either way, but I think if they can contain Josh Allen's mobility in this game, I think their corners, Trayvon Diggs, brother to brother. I think that Stephon Diggs could probably get his, but if they can contain everybody else on that team, they should be fine.
Yeah. But I feel like they'll probably game around not letting Trayvon Diggs getting one up by Stephon. So that'll probably be a game plan for both teams. And then Micah Parsons, I could see being a wrecking ball. And then we're going from Buffalo to Miami.
Ooh, this is when things get tough. For some reason, I just see the Dolphins annihilating the Cowboys here. I don't know why. Not because of any fact or anything like that. No logic. I mean, I just had them beating the Bills, who are a good defensive team, Josh Allen, but I don't know. Something about there's just always this game where the Cowboys just cowboy up.
Okay.
To the Fins.
And then, oh, yikes. This is a tough one. Monday Night Football. After being on the road for 2 games on the road, getting annihilated by the Dolphins, we have to face off versus maybe one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now, the Detroit Lions.
Oh, fun fact. The Lions, their only playoff win in their history is against the Cowboys at the peak of their powers. Something weird there. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but give me Jared Goff and the boys getting it done.
I agree. So we're now 10-6, going to Washington.
That's a win, for sure. I think that the Cowboys should be anywhere between 10-7 and 13-4, which sounds like a big swing, but it's really not. A lot of games in there that I gave them the benefit of the doubt. But I think, they added some nice pieces here. They finally got that formidable number 2 after losing Amari Cooper last year. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. They still have Michael Gallup there. I think that's about right. You said 11-6.
Yeah, 11-6. I think that's fair.
That's perfectly fair.
We
Maybe
gave the
12-5.
Bills 11-6. They're kind of Bills of the NFC.
We had the Chiefs as 11-6 as well. I think that's fair. Anywhere between 10-7, 12-5, around that range, perfect.
Yeah, you're
Cowboys.
still a good team.
Yeah, and I think when we do our other previews, I mean, we'll have the Seahawks high.